Hello, friends. I just realized that it was actually had already started the stream. So it took you 60 seconds or so to actually see me. But here I am, and I'm excited to be streaming. Hooray! Let me, like looking all over the place. All I need to do is close down my calendar and the YouTube thing, and probably Twitter would be good. And there we go. So we're gonna be working on an example of using a modal as a route, so that you can have the user clicks on this thing like a login or something. We'll say that the login is a modal, and yeah, should be cool. So I think like part of me wants to just use StackBlitz for all of this stuff, for Code Sandbox, but those online editors, as great as they are, they just sometimes are finicky, and I lost a bunch of work on StackBlitz over the weekend, and I was really sad about that. So I'm gonna just work locally, and yes, I was working on PostCSS CLI, so there's that. Okay, so I've got this remix command here where I can just say remix, and I have a remix app already set up and installed and downloaded in my home directory, and so I can just copy that over here to my desktop. And so actually, you know what, I probably should make a examples direct. Well, you know what, I mean, this eventually is going to go into the remix repo. Yeah, so maybe I should just do that. Yeah, let's go to remix, and we'll go into here. Let's make a new branch called Kent modal example, and then we can go into examples. Don't worry, I'll make all the font and everything much bigger when we actually get coding. And here I can do my remix thing, modal. Yep, I'll just call it modal. Okay, and by the way, if you want to hang out and whatnot, the place to be to actually chat and whatnot is in my Discord. You should find a link to that in the description here. Excuse me. And where you want to be to do all this chat stuff is in the KCD meetup Discord channel right there. So that is where I'm going to be watching stuff. I don't think that the YouTube comments, live comments is working right now. I'm pretty sure I removed that. But in any case, I'm not going to be paying any attention to it. But I'll have the Discord open. So if you have any questions or whatnot, then feel free. Part of me wants to bring up the centered app. And so I think I'm going to. And we'll take the actual breaks and everything. Because my brain needs it. So here's centered. Ooh, I'm getting an update. And restart. Hooray! Okay, so here's my task. It is to make a modal as a route example. And I'm going to guess this is going to take, I always guess too short. So we'll say it's a 60-minute proposition. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. And yeah, let's get flowing. And it's going to want to select my camera because it likes doing that. And I'm fine with that.
Ready to dive in?
I'm ready to dive in, Noah. All right, let's rock and roll. So, oh, and this is what I see over here. So I've got a bunch of other people who are on. Nobody ever turns their camera on. Okay, some people do, but I am one of the very few who ever has their camera on. And honestly, you know what? That's fine. If you don't want to turn your camera on, that's okay. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I tried to make it happen fast, but we have a leak, I think, in our shower probably, and it's destroying our drywall, and that is not good. So they decide. I've been waiting like all day to get this call, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and start streaming right now, and then they literally call like 2 minutes after I start the stream. Sorry about that, but yeah, okay, let's get started. So we've got our modal example. Let's go ahead and run. Oh, whoops, I am in the wrong directory to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. We're going into examples modal. And now we're going to run the dev server. Let's go to localhost 3000. And it is completely empty. This is what my starter looks like. It's just totally empty, has nothing in it. Let me just get rid of all this garbage. Examples, there we go, modal. And we are going to be in, hold on a second. Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to start in the root. And so what I'm thinking is we're going to do a login screen. That's the modal that we're going to have. So the user will be presented with login register buttons. They click on login and they're going to go to /login. That will render the modal there. And they click on register, it'll render a modal there. So, okay, so let's figure out our routing first. That's always the easiest, I think. So routes, oh, you know what? I just realized, yeah, let's bump this up just one. Hopefully you can see that pretty clearly. Let me know in Discord if you cannot see that. Also, let me know in Discord if you're in Discord. Because if nobody's in Discord, then there's no reason for me to say if you're in Discord. So let's say routes index.tsx. And let's make a remix component. Oh, that is a catch boundary. Remix component. There we go. This is going to be our index. And there's not going to be any data right here. But we are going to have h1 modal example. And we'll have our nav, ul, and li link. Sweet, we are here. Hello. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around with the awesome music and stuff. So we're going to link to register and another link. Let's bring this in from React or from Remix. Login. Okay, sweet. And whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Link easily mitigated. Okay, sweet. And then we'll go to, yay, yeah, sweet. Hello, everybody. I should wave. Okay, so now let's make our register tsx and login tsx. And for both of these, they're going to be actually kind of similar. So I could do one of two things. I could either make a components directory and have the shared logic component stuff in there, or I could just do one. I think that doing the thing is, like, it's fun to have lots and lots of things that we're learning about and whatever all together, but it's also distracting. And so for that reason, I'm going to actually just do this. We're going to reduce distraction and just have a login link, and we're not going to do registration. We're not even going to actually implement this. This is just the way that it's going to look. So, yeah, let's actually, should be seeing, boom, login. And then we go to login and there's nothing in there. So let's go to login and remix component here, login. And for this one, this is actually going to be a reach UI modal. So npm install reach UI dialog. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Rats. Reach. I need to go here anyway. I'm going to move this over. You all don't need to see that. Neither do I. Okay, so we're going to go dialog modal. Reach dialog. Oh yeah, it's not reach UI. Just reach dialog. Okay, so then we'll just bring in this stuff. And here's our dialogue styles equals. Okay, and then do I have a remix links? I don't. I thought about this just the other day. I need to have a remix links thing, but we don't have one. So let's export links, links function, and this. Oh, whoops! I want that from remix actually. Put that at the top. I like putting my frameworks at the top. I don't know why. So like React, Remix, they go at the top. And rel style sheet. Thank you, but I don't need the toString. Okay, sweet. And then over here, we're going to render our dialogue. Here, let's just see their basic example here. Copy this whole thing. So the whole thing is going to be a dialogue. Show dialogue is open is always going to be true. And on dismiss will be, we'll just navigate back. Now, is there a way to navigate back with React Router? I'm pretty sure there is, but I can't remember. Documentation, API reference, back. Navigate -1, boom, that's great. So use navigate. Okay, I need to fix something. At first I didn't really like this, but now I kind of want it, and it is auto import. Did that auto import? I didn't think so. Huh, that's weird. Use navigate. That should have auto imported. Oh well. Navigate is use navigate, and oh, you gotta spell it right to not have people look at you funny. There we go. Okay, so we're using use navigate from remix, and on dismiss we will say navigate -1. Because if we're dismissing, we want to go back to where we were before. But if we actually fill out the form, then we're gonna have like our action will redirect us to the logged in page. So sweet. Then we can have our close button. And actually, you know what? Let's just call this close. There we go. And then visually hidden. Yeah, sure. Let's bring that in. Why not? Visually hidden from Reach UI. Come on, you know where it is. Fine. Import from visually hidden. There we go. Okay, sweet. So now when I'm on the login, hello there, I'm a dialogue. I also have like a ton of other stuff. We need an ARIA label or an ARIA labeled by. Okay, I suppose what makes the most sense is right in here we'll have an H2 that is login, ID modal title, ARIA labeled by the modal title. Okay, and so then we don't get that giant terrible warning, and if we look at our ARIA modal stuff here and go to our accessibility, then we're going to see the name, the accessible name is login. So if I was doing React testing library or whatever, I could select by role of dialogue with the name login, and then I can scope everything inside of this login thing. So that's cool. All right, sweet. So next, we want to render out our form here. So let's just do that form. Let's do a capital form, actually. And let's do export let action. Oh, you know what? I've got a remix action. There we go. And here what we're gonna do is, yeah. Well, let's bring in action function in there. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say let username and password, and if username is not equal to Cody, or password is not equal to Twix rocks. Are we sponsored by Twix now? I don't know. Maybe I should do something else. Let's just do Cody remix rocks. There we go. Okay, and then I'll just return errors. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just return an error. Invalid username or password. Sweet. Otherwise, we'll redirect to a new page that is success, TSX. Yeah, component, success. Congratulations. And actually, let's make this an H2. And we're going to move our H1 modal example thing into our root. Cool. Okay. Yeah, the autocomplete code extension is insane. Yes, it is. It is Copilot by GitHub, and it is amazing. You logged in from a modal. Okay, sweet. And return redirect to success. I don't know why it's not auto-importing. That's weird. Okay, sweet. So now we've got our form, and we want our username, input, password. Bam, that is so great. Except I want to put these inside of divs, so let's just do that. So at least they're visually spaced. Div. There we go. And we'll do the same here. Div. And you know what? I think that actually is pretty good. Sweet. And then whatever. Oh, and let's also use action data. Action data, use action data, action data. Okay, sweet. And that one worked. That auto-imported, so that's nice. Aria described by. Why did it double that? I don't know. So our form will be described by the error, but only if we have an error. So if action data, come on, what's going on here? Action data, dot. Oh, right, I didn't set my action data to anything. So error string. Yep. So if action data.error, then form error, otherwise undefined. And then we can have probably below the button or action data. Yep. Except I don't like that. We'll do this. Div role alert and ID form error. Sure, thanks. Man, Copilot, you're the best. Best friend a friend could have. Okay, sweet. So we go log in, and we're, oh, that's interesting. We also want to post method. I felt like something was missing. All right, now we log in. Invalid username or password. Sweet. Let's do style color red, just to make it more interesting. Invalid username and password. Sweet. So then we say, and actually, you know what? Use, let's see, template string this. Yep, that's the one. That's what I wanted. Sure, that works. Except I want to swap that. So we're going to do template literal and then wrap these in quotes. Okay, sweet. Use Cody and remix rocks. Okay, Cody remix rocks. Congratulations, you logged in from a modal. Sweet, right? So if I want to get out of here, oh, now that's interesting. It's taking me back. I think that is interesting. I don't think that'll ever happen in when we're not doing debugging and stuff. So we go login. Yeah, there's no way for me to navigate around anymore. So look at that. Isn't that great? We could add an animation to that. You want to add an animation? Why not? Yeah, so Michal is talking about, oh my gosh, this happens a couple times during streams. I don't know why, but like it instantly goes to my screensaver for some reason. Yeah, okay, so yeah, importing these things differently in different places. Yeah, it's driving me nuts to have like, here's a type and it's not type. So we can do this now with the latest version, or maybe that's just in an upcoming version. Let's see. TypeScript blog. Type. There it is. So with 4.5, we can use the type modifier. I just don't know if my editor is prepared for this. Yeah. So let's just see what version of TypeScript I'm on. Okay, I should have 4.5, yeah. But Mikhail is saying the current version is 4.4. I'm guessing that's within VS Code. So that's a bummer. So we will manually separate these then. Import type from Remix. I despise this so much that my editor can't be smart enough to do this for me. Okay, and I don't need this, just the dialogue. Sweet. I was going to do something. Oh, animate it. So yeah, so basically, maybe this would be better to put this in a nested route, because this is technically nested because we've got our outlet right there. But, yeah, let's see. But I think it's more often that you're not going to have this route be the modal, or like the a like parent or whatever. What am I thinking? The in whatever, a route in the routes directory directly. It'd probably be a nested route. And so yeah, I think it might make more sense to put it down a level. So yeah, because otherwise the animation stuff would go right here, or it could. Let's see. Yeah, we wouldn't want it to be in the root. We want a parent route of some kind. So for a login sort of thing, what if we did an app? Yeah, here, let's do app. And we'll put in login and success in here. And then our index, we'll make an index TSX right here. And this is where we're going to be rendering the outlet. Yeah, well, no, this wouldn't be where we're rendering the outlet, though. Yeah, not the index. Here, we'll do app dot tsx right here, and this is where we render the outlet. App and and outlet. There we go. Not from React Router though, Remix. Okay, so this is where we're going to be putting our animation stuff. However, it occurs to me that you probably could have like other things that could be children that you may not want to animate in the same way that you want the modal to be animated. So it makes more sense to do the animation within the modal itself, which makes me think that this actually makes more sense as a layout route. Yes, that makes more sense. And now we're mixing a bunch of concepts, which is not great. But we also want to be practical, and I don't think anybody just wants to see a modal pop up. They want to see a modal animate in. So, yeah. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this a layout route. We'll call this modal. Man. Animate modal. Or animate, yeah, animate. Sure. We'll put this under success again. And actually, I think we can do I've never done a layout route before, so we'll see how this, whoops, see how this works. Animate modal, login modal, or yeah. Okay, sweet. So let's just do something simple here. Animate layout, animate layout route. I've got 4 minutes before Noah tells me I need to take a break. So let's see how far we can get. So then we'll have an outlet here. Okay, let's try that again. I need to get better at this. Outlet from remix. Huh, yeah, that's annoying. Fine, just have to remix that thing. And everything else actually should work properly. Let's see. Login, there it is. But we don't need the app thing anymore. But my animate layout route thing does not appear to be functioning. So, unless it's hidden behind this modal, which it very well could be. Nope, it's not there. Let's go do our components. Yeah, then we have our app. So, go straight down into login and then dialog. Yeah, okay, so let me, like I said, this is not a thing that I have done before. I've never used a layout route before. And maybe it's not even documented yet, which is my job. I'm supposed to document stuff. Yeah, conventions, here we go. A layout route. Yeah, and layout routes are actually pretty new, and so we used to call all parent routes layout routes, and so you'll see that in the documentation a couple places, which I need to fix up as well. So where we used to refer to layout routes as like just parents, those should be parent routes. Layout routes are this specific thing. Yeah, so it looks like it only works with a folder, which is not too surprising. Yeah, okay, so you have the file, and then everything within that folder that matches that file name will be in there. Okay, cool. So let's try that again. Animate layout route, there it is. All right, cool. So now we have a way of animating this. So easy way to animate. We could bring in frame or motion. That could be fun. Again, bringing in more stuff. Is that really what we want to do? I don't know, maybe. I really like frame or motion. Okay, frame or motion modal. I'm sure somebody's made an example for this. Ooh, Fireship IO. Fun.
Animation is one of the most satisfying things for a developer because it...
Okay. Let's just look at the code. Give me the code here. So we've got our button. and that's animated just for funsies. And then we have all this stuff, backdrop. Animate presence. This is what I think we want. Yeah, okay. Pretty sure that's all we really care about. Oh, man. Noah's telling me I need to come out of flow, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the break. We all need breaks. Yeah. React Router should support navigate back to go up one level the route tree. Yeah, we actually do support that. It is navigate. That is how you do that. For those watching at home, this. And thank you, Matthias, for confirming this is what I need. I need to take a break, so I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, and then we'll be right back. So we'll see you soon. All right, we are back. Okay. Oh yeah. You're right, Michelle. I was working in another repo, and I disabled ESLint because their configuration was messed up. So that may be the reason why that wasn't working. Okay, sweet. So let's let's see. Where was I? We wanted animate presence. Did I already install? No, I didn't. What the heck? I'm getting a phone call, but it's not showing me who's calling. Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is, so they will have to... My phone is being super weird. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Go away. Okay. Sometimes my phone will start vibrating and ringing, and I'll hang up, and it'll just keep on vibrating and ringing. Even after, like, for minutes. So I had to restart it. Pretty stupid. Okay, so let's npm install animate present. So npm framer motion. That's what we want. Here, actually, let's just do animate presence. No, animate present. That is not working. Do 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 do. We're going to animate the presence of our outlet. And this will allow us to... No, I think that's wrong, actually. Yeah. Oh no, I guess it is. It is right. I don't think this is going to work. Okay, it's required to enable exit animations because React lacks the lifecycle method that does all this stuff. Okay, so it has to be a motion component. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Hold on a second. So Stefan built this for my site. Maybe I should just see how he did it for calls. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just calls. Animate presence, there it is. Yeah, so he just wraps the div. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So let's bring in motion again. Motion div. Put that around the outlet. Oh, whoops. Okay, and initial. Sure, let's start with that. Why not? Okay. No, no dice. I think I know what's going on here, and that is this whole thing is rendered immediately. And so this is not what we want to do, but I think a way to solve this would be show modal. And then we say show modal. Oh, come on.
That's halfway.
And then React use effect. True. I think this will work, but it's not what we want to do. No, it does not work either. Huh. That is, yeah, that is a surprise, actually. I totally expected that to work. That's not what we want to do anyway. So, yeah, let's see. So what I do in here, oh, you know what? Let's go back. The reason that didn't work, I think, is because this was in the wrong spot. I think it'll work this time, but again, I don't think this is what we want to do. No, it still doesn't work. Huh. That is unexpected. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Now I've been nerd sniped. If we do it a second later. Huh. That is strange. Is there some framer motion setup I need to do? Initial opacity is 0. Animate opacity is 1. Exit opacity is 0. That seems reasonable to me. Do I need a key? Maybe I need a key. Nope, no dice. Okay. Wait, so is this saying this doesn't work or it does? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Granted, animation is definitely not my strong suit. We can do a transition, but I believe they have a default. Yeah, the fact that this isn't working is telling me I've really messed something up. That yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. All right. Let's do this. React new. Let's just try to see if I can get their example to work. Yep. Okay. Thank you. And y'all see this? This is called RunCat. And the faster this thing flashes, the harder my machine is working. And it is flashing a lot. And I can hear my fan, but barely. Okay. Okay, let's do my component. And I see that. Thank you. Let's put why are you not doing anything? Thank you. Okay, cool. So then if I have input type checkbox, or actually, you know what? Who needs that? React use effect set show true set timeout after 1 second. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, that does work. It works. Okay, so it is possible. This works. Now, why is mine not working? What am I doing wrong? Initial, opacity 0, animate to 1, exit to 0 again. Then we render out the outlet. Here, let's just do hello. Okay, it fades in. All right, okay. So then we go with the outlet, and it just snaps into place. Maybe, oh, you know what? I think I know what's going on. Modals are inside of a portal. And so maybe it's because it's going inside of a portal that we're not getting the animation. Let's see, what is this guy doing for create portal? No portals here. Yeah, maybe they didn't use a portal because it's hard to animate those. I don't know. React or reach UI dialogue animate. I wonder actually if they have an example. Animation example. Okay, animated from React Spring. Yeah, so that's how they want to animate stuff. But I saw this recently. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. React Spring. Yeah. For an animation, I don't know. Oh, okay. So this is including React DOM. So yeah, that's like way more than half of it. Okay, that's weird that it's including React DOM. Can I like exclude that? I don't want that. So it's a lot less, but it's still quite a bit. So yeah, let's see. I wonder how big framer motion is if I'm going to be doing this sort of thing. Framer motion. Yep, pretty darn big. In fact, it's probably bigger because this does not appear to include React DOM. So that's interesting. Huh. Well, rats. Anyway, Matthias just said, your example should work. Borrowed it from your site. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about animation in React, honestly. I don't know. So, okay. Yeah, so portals with animation. So I wonder if we could do animate presence within the dialogue. Okay, hold on a second. How do they do animation? Animation, what is this? That's fancy. Can't animate, exit, yep. Component recondition, what is this thing? I've never heard of this thing in my life. Okay, it's interesting. Phased. That's funny. To do update with phased example. Oh, that's funny. Um, okay, all right, I'm ready to go. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, shoot, what? That's funny. Okay. Yes, this is what I want. So this is using React Spring. All right. So I want to be responsible for rendering the dialogue overlay and the animated dialogue content. This is interesting. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, see, the thing is, like, in 2 minutes, I was able to make things work with Remix. And then the rest of this is like, okay, so how do we animate this? But I think most people are going to want to see how to animate it, even though it has nothing to do with Remix. So I think what we're going to want is we want the dialogue overlay to animate kind of like what they're doing here where the opacity animates in. And then the content should translate down probably like that. Yeah, and then we've got that leave. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe we should just do this. Maybe that's what we should do instead of frame or motion, since that's what the docs do anyway. Sure, why not? Let's just do that. Besides, it's a little smaller. npm uninstall framer motion, npm install React Spring. Okay, and to top that off, we don't need this animate thing anymore. With framer motion, we wouldn't either, but this is nice at least. So, yeah, what we're gonna do is why is that? Oh, because I enabled the ESLint stuff. Man, that's so. Yeah, I don't like that rule. That's a stupid rule. All right, whatever. We're gonna bring in animated React Spring and use transition. I think is all we need. Use transition API. Come in. Hooks. Use transition. That's the one I want. Those are the things I need. We'll bring those in from here. And you know what? We'll just copy a lot of this stuff from their docs. So we're going to want the dialogue overlay and dialogue content. And do they even use the dialogue? Dialogue. Nope. That's basically what dialogue is. It's those two things. Okay, cool. So then we may have to do like a delay render thing for the show dialogue, which means that this won't serve a render. Man, how many concepts do I want to show in here? Because I know how to make it so it will work. You'd render the dialogue in a no script right next to it. That will work. Sure, why not? I don't know. Just seems like, hey, here's a lot of work to do a modal. So maybe I'll do two examples. Modal basic and modal advanced. That seems reasonable. Okay, so we'll just do all this nonsense right here. I want to hang on to a couple of those props. Interesting. Transitions. Yeah, hold on. We'll just do all this. Yeah, okay. Get rid of those curly braces. Okay. Item. What is this item thing all about? transition item. Huh, okay, well, let's see. Okay, so I guess this is, supports like multiple items or something, so. But I like doing this. Yep, okay, cool. So let's just comment this out for a second. Actually, you know what? Let's just bring it in. Why not? We'll bring all this right here. And the button also. And the aria described by. I think that should go on the content. That makes the most sense, I think. And in their example, they have the show dialog. That just controls the transition. Yeah, okay. Oh, Tejas. Is this Tejas like contagious? Like my friend who works at Spotify? Maybe? Hello, if that's you. Yeah, I didn't realize that I could do that. I actually like that better than what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to switch. I'm going to do that. It looks very similar to what we're doing, but I like that better. React Spring and Framer Motion. All right, welcome back, Framer Motion. Okay, so we're going to bring in motion and animate presence. Framer motion. Okay, so it's kind of similar. So instead of animated, it is motion. And those are going to be outside of the component, which I think makes more sense. Ooh, hopefully that's okay. And then, yeah, show dialog. Here we go. Return animate presence. Put all this stuff in there. Boy, this is really mess. If I can get myself out of here, I will be happy. Okay, so then instead of the style prompt for all this nonsense and transform and whatnot, there we go. Okay, cool. And we can get rid of the use transitions stuff. Let's say React use effect. We will find a better way to do this, probably. But for it to be able to animate in, it needs to be out first, right? So, yeah, we'll see if that works, and then we can work on a better solution. Okay, cool. So then I'm just going to borrow all the styles that you had. I noticed you have a style of z index of 40. I would assume that the styles for this dialog overlay would do that for us, but we will try that. Okay.
Your break is coming up. Begin to come out of flow.
Yeah, actually. So when this React use effect, my break is coming up again. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so if not show dialog, Ah, rats.
Give your eyes a rest.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll figure that part out later. It's telling me I need to take a break. I don't want to take a break right now. I'm so close. So we're not going to. Okay. Mega menu. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but we'll just go with that. And actually, I'm guessing this style is, well, we'll leave it in. Why am I getting calls from so many people? Hold on a second. I will take my break and I'm going to take this call. I'll see you soon. Okay, we're back. Sweet. So, yeah. Okay. Cool. So it looks like Tej just said that the styles aren't needed necessarily, but yeah. So we've got all of this should be good. Sweet. So let's come back over here. Okay, so that did work. And then we navigate away. Cool. Okay, so then the question becomes, well, hold on a second. Oh, right, because the login thing goes away. Suppose that is fine. Yeah, actually, I don't like that. So we're going to restructure this slightly. We're going to actually go back to an app directory, and here we'll have login, tsx. Yeah, actually, you know what? Delete that. We'll go login. And then here in our app.tsx, we're going to do what we're doing here. Go to the app. And then we'll put this success in here also. Okay. That way, this app can render an outlet. Whoops. And you know what? Let's put this success out here with app.success. There we go. I don't know. It's all sorts of things you can do with this. Okay, so that way the login link stays in place. That's all I wanted. So then we say, oh, and in here, yep, that works. So if we go to app, and then we click on login, now it's not working. What did I do? Did I not save that? Yep, I did not save that. Go login. If I hit the X, that closes it immediately. This does not work, or this is not nice, because the whole thing gets ripped out of the DOM. You know what? We need a modal layout route, right? Where we animate the presence of our outlet. Yeah, so we need to be able to put animate presence on the outlet right here. That's what my app is doing, and that's what we need to do. And then the outlet. So does animate presence work if we, so yeah, it was describing this down here. Yeah, animating custom components. Yeah, okay, so all it was saying is the component being removed from the DOM must still be a direct descendant, and that's what it's saying in here. So in our case, that is correct, I think. Nope, it's not, because the outlet will stay whether or not we are on an app thing or whatever. Yeah, okay, well, that's not gonna, yeah, even if we're on the index route here, if we look at our components, right in here, we have our outlet. Yeah, that outlet is always gonna be there, even if we're, we don't have an index route or whatever. So that will not do it. Huh. Yeah, the animation stuff is always the beast. So it works fine on my site because, oh, and actually I broke scrolling, by the way. So you click on that, it scrolls you up to the top. Yeah, hopefully that will be fixed soon. But yeah, so now you can't even see how cool the animation is, but it just like expands and it's really awesome. But okay, now it's telling me I've got 5 minutes. I knew I was going to take too long. We'll say 30. Yeah. Huh. You know what? Well, no, never mind. Yeah, so this definitely won't work. That's not going to work. And so the only solution is to have some mechanism for, yeah, okay, I don't know. Oh, wait, Ryan Florence has just messaged me. I'm live streaming. Want to help me with something? Trying to animate a modal, route-based modal. Okay, so Ryan's gonna help. Too bad I'm not in a Zoom call, because then I could just have him zoom in. Want to join a Zoom? That might make it easier. Zoom. Let's see if my machine can handle. I am on Centered. I am on OBS. I'm on Zoom. I'm on Discord, and VS Code and Brave. Wowza. Okay. Let me copy link and send that. Oh, I'm also on Linear. Okay. And I wish that I'd thought about this earlier. But I'm going to do this really quick. Zoom. And yeah. Okay. What is up? I can. Yeah, and you're on the stream. This is kind of a weird thing. But yeah, I'm in the process of making it so people can hear you. Audio input capture. There you are. What up? Okay, 1 second. Computer audio. I'm adding a new input source to my stream. There we go. Can you say something?
Something. Here I am.
Oh, great.
I
Now
am
I can't hear
streaming.
you. 1 second. Okay, now I should be able to hear you.
Okay. Hello, hello. I
Yeah,
am in the
gotcha.
live stream.
And everybody should be able to hear you too. Sweet. Okay, sweet. So, hey, Ryan, thanks for joining
Hey,
me on this uh, on this live stream. So let me share my screen. Oh my gosh, this M1 Max thing is nonsense.
is it good?
The number of things that I'm doing right now, that would and I'm like, yeah, that scroll is fine. That's awesome. I love this. Okay, so here's the problem, Ryan. I'm building an example to show a modal on a route. So we've got our /app when I click on login, then we go to app login, and it
That
renders
faded
out
in.
the modal. So we have it animating, but the way that I had to do it so far is, well, back up. The problem is that,
Oh, hang on. I'm
yeah,
coming through a microphone that's on the ground.
oh, yeah, you don't sound very good.
Let me mute while I make a bunch of noise.
Okay. Why does Zoom do this?
All right, do I sound better?
Oh, dude, you sound amazing.
Okay,
Yeah,
it looked like it
okay.
animated in. Faded
Yeah,
in, right?
so the way that I animated it in was kind of stupid, actually. We just have, I have the show dialog that I set to true immediately on mount, so that I can have it animate, I can use animate presence from framer motion. We'd have the same thing with React Spring as well.
Yeah.
So because the outlet doesn't get added and removed, it just is there, and then it adds and removes its children. And so I can't wrap the animate presence around the outlet because that outlet never leaves. So yeah, I don't know what to do.
Uh,
Like the animation it seems to me that the animation has to happen within the component that's rendering the dialogue.
yeah,
But
because that thing has to be persistent. Um, when it animates out,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like I could just say, hey, close, but wait for, a second for the animation to finish. That's what I was about to do.
Okay, so you're putting the outlet into a modal
Yeah.
for all child routes of
No,
this
no, no.
thing, or
Sorry. Sorry.
just
The
this
outlet
one?
is in the parent, and then
Okay.
the child renders the modal. So this is our dialogue overlay and dialogue content and stuff.
Yeah. Man, animation is really tricky, and these APIs always confuse me until I've been doing it for an
Yeah,
hour.
I know. I'm the same way.
Um, and what is animate presence? Where'd that come from? Is that part of the?
This is from Framer Motion.
Okay. And I've never used that one. Okay, so animate presence, I imagine, preserves children
Yep.
between renders
Yep.
so that
Exactly.
it can animate the thing out. What is the problem that you're getting?
So the problem is that I hate this.
Oh, but it's working?
Yeah. Well, my last step here is for close.
Does it animate out?
Not yet, but it will in just like a couple seconds. When I say set show dialogue false and then set timeout. And then we navigate away after like 300 milliseconds. Now it'll work. But I hate that.
Oh. Well, yeah, then you would need to wrap the outlet in animate presence.
Yeah, the problem is animate presence. It requires that the children that are getting added or removed are direct children. They can't be arbitrary descendants. React Spring is the same way, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay, so you're just trying to get rid of that. Like, I mounted, now I'm going to set state, so then I can animate in.
Right, yeah, because this is cool, but this is not.
What was that? I didn't.
So I disabled JavaScript, and now the login isn't there. And I could solve that by saying, okay, well, in that case, we'll just do
Yeah,
this.
and that's one of the tricks of server-side rendering is you want to initialize your state. Go back up.
Well, here, let me just finish what I was going to do.
Oh, okay.
So this is how I would solve this. So we render the UI twice, once within a
Oh, nah, I
no
wouldn't do that.
script. It looks
Yeah,
like
let's
that's
go
not
back.
working anyway. But
So your set show dialogue thing, your state that the Boolean that you flip around,
yeah,
set that to type of window. Yeah,
or is undefined.
yeah. If it's undefined, then we're server rendering, so just show this thing.
Did I do
But
it
here's the
wrong?
thing, though: is what dialogue are you using?
I'm using Reach UI.
Yeah, so that's actually not designed for routes, right? A modal is by definition not a route. A modal is like, here's something you're supposed to deal with right now,
Yeah.
but it's not like ever the initial page. And the way that it works is it renders into a portal.
Uh-huh.
And
Somebody
that portal's not
mentioned
server rendered.
somebody mentioned that they would be interested to see like the Twitter or Instagram thing where like when you navigate to it, it's in a modal, but when you refresh, it's actually just rendered the full thing. So maybe that's why
Yeah.
they are doing this. Because maybe it's not a feature, it's a workaround.
Well, so that's the thing though, is that a modal has context. You had a page behind it. And yeah, just the Reach UI dialog just isn't designed for server rendering because the intent isn't ever that you start in that state. That's like yeah. Am I making sense? I feel
Yeah,
like I'm just
yeah.
saying the same thing over and over.
Except I feel like this is a unfortunate limitation. I feel like this should work. Like it works until I try to animate it. It took me like all of 2 seconds to get this working. You just literally render a dialogue in this child and it works.
Yeah.
But you try to animate it and then it's like, "Wah, I can't do that."
It wouldn't have worked without JavaScript though, because Reach UI wouldn't render a modal. or the dialogue.
Oh, really? So I guess I didn't check that, but
Yeah, so the portal, so Reach UI will drop a div down at the very bottom of the
oh, right, yeah,
document.
because it has to be in a portal. We need
Yeah,
JavaScript
and
for
then it
that.
renders into that, so then it can be over the top of the rest of the UI.
Yeah, that's why
And then it
my
does the
no script thing didn't work as
and then it
well.
does the focus lock and everything as well, all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. And without JavaScript, like you don't you wouldn't get any of that. So
Yeah.
anyway, when we built Reach UI dialogue, we didn't like say, oh, you should never server render one of these. We just had 3,000 questions around what are the semantics of this? Like, what do we do about the portal? Just lots of questions like that. And so I said, all right, it doesn't work with server side rendering.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
would have to just kind of do your own styles here, make it look like a dialogue,
Yeah.
um,
Man,
with like a fixed position or something.
I was thinking that this was going to be like a recommended thing. Like if you do a modal, make it, tie it to the router, um, and make it so that people can hit the back button to close the modal and stuff. Um,
Yeah, to me, that's more of a client side thing.
yeah. Hmm.
You've got JavaScript, you can click a thing on a feed and get it in the modal. But we would still want like there should be a way to still do the like refresh and just get that page, but
Yeah.
not in a modal.
Maybe that's what my little demo here should do. So you want to help me build that,
Oh, I don't know if
or
I'm
are
mentally
you
prepared
busy?
for that right now. So that usually requires some location state and then the parent to decide what to do about that. React Router has an example of it. Um, yeah, if you go to the React Router docs, there's an example for this.
So would it not be a like a um, yeah, is there no way for me as the login to know whether I was client rendered or server rendered? Because I feel like all I would need to do is branch off of that. Like if I was server rendered, then do this, or if I was client rendered, do this, right?
Yeah,
So that would just be like a type of window undefined thing, sort
yeah,
of.
yeah. That is a way you could do
But
it.
when it's hydrated, then like I'd need to know, am I being hydrated or am I just being rendered now?
Yeah, but login won't know that until it's rendered. Um, yeah, it's just a type of window thing. You've already got the state there.
Yeah.
You just uh,
Yeah, but like if
oh, but then when it hydrates, it'll
yeah, when it hydrates.
pop open.
Um yeah, I guess that we just need to figure out how to determine whether or not we are hydrating or rendering. Um so we know whether we're on the server. And so that's easy. We just branch, oh, we're on the server. Let's just render the whole page instead of a modal. But if we're on the client, then we need to know whether we should render the whole page or the server or the modal based on whether we are hydrating.
Yeah, and usually the parent is the one who decides this because it's the one that knows that kind of stuff. And so I would imagine wrapping the outlet in a modal
Oh, yeah.
or just rendering the outlet outright. That's my knee-jerk reaction. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is something to noodle over.
let's just do something real quick. Go up to line 31 and say let can use DOM or const can use DOM equals type of window does not equal undefined or whatever, right? Yeah. What's going to happen here? And so now you could just go down. You get rid of all that use
Yeah,
effects.
all this animate. Well, actually, no, we want to keep the animate presence, right? Because on the client transition, I
yeah.
want it to animate.
Yeah, so you do can use DOM, all that stuff, like what you're currently returning. And then on the other side of that, it would just be
Just the
inside
form.
of all the guts of that. Yeah, the form.
So let's do right there.
But this is on my list of things where I was like, I need to figure out how to do the whole Instagram thing because everyone always asks about that, even though I personally don't think it's a great
I don't
user
either.
experience. But,
I don't like it.
but it's not our job to tell people what kind of
Yeah.
UI is good or bad.
Okay, so um, Yeah, and actually, so for this, we're always going to say false. All right, let's see what happens. Sweet. So I did a server render. We get the whole thing. If I go to app and then click login, rats.
Yeah.
Oh, I disabled JavaScript.
Oh.
That's funny. The number of times. JavaScript. Enable. There we go. So that did not work as expected. Okay, login.
Yes. Yeah, so that's right. But if you hit refresh, I think we get the server render and then we get the modal
Yeah.
pop up. So we got
So
to
we just
prevent
need
that.
a way to say, hey, we're hydrating and all, but this is going to stay false.
Just say can use DOM. No, what's that going to be? Oh man, how would you prevent that?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, how are you going to know? Anyway, we got most of the way there.
Yeah.
How are you going to know?
I've got an idea. Well, hold on. So what my idea was in the entry client, we could set a variable, but that yeah, there's no way. React doesn't give us an event that fires when hydration's over. Otherwise, I could set like a global variable that says hydrating, and then when it's over. I mean, right now it's all synchronous, so like I could probably do that, but it won't always be that way. So I could say window hydrating. I think this will work.
Well, yeah, that's no good. We'd want that in a use effect in our
oh yeah,
root,
yeah.
in the root. I think we can figure it out right here. Can use DOM, so the server's going to render it, and then when we show up as the client, we're going to say we just got to decide there on line 41. How do we not? If we started here, if this is.
What if the root sets a value in context?
That's where I was thinking the parent actually is the one who puts the outlet in a modal instead of the login doing it itself.
Right.
Is anyone in the chat? No?
Yeah, let's see. Nope. Or maybe. Sorry, I was looking at our chat. Somebody, Andrew said, you can pass a function to use state so that it's only called once. Yeah, that won't help us here.
Yeah, we want to prevent line 41 from doing anything if our initial render was from the server.
Yeah.
On this page, because it's only refresh that's broken right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if we go here, that works just fine. It's refresh. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on. What if we did? Okay. All right. What if we? I mean, let's just see. Start with something stupid and then make it not stupid. Document get element by ID. This isn't gonna work. Is
Oh, you could put a different ID on the.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, this won't work, will it?
We're really just asking, did I hydrate at this page? So here's the thing, is the browser doesn't tell you what index you are in the history stack. On a refresh, that could be cool if they told you this is 0, this is where you just showed up, but they don't tell you anything like that.
Well, on a refresh, you're not at 0, right? Like you do still have previous history.
Oh, okay, I got it. Go back to your link.
Go back to where?
The login link.
Sorry.
Wherever you're linking to login, you've got
like
a link to login somewhere. Put some state on that and say, no. Link state, like next to 2.
Oh.
state equals, and then just be like modal true. Now go over to login. Get rid of all our can use DOM stuff. Don't need that. Get use location up there. Yeah, const location equals or let, whatever we're doing today.
Maybe what I'm gonna do, Ryan, is I'll just interchange them randomly.
Yeah, that's
Every
good.
other
I mean,
variable.
look, man, you only got so many times that your finger can type, and so many times your keyboard will go down. That's why I go with 3 letters. And so now show dialog should be, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I get. Keep the can use DOM stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get rid of that yet. I think we can, but we'll just. Yeah, location.state question mark. You got to do a little. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so it's saying, huh. Oh, you
We
know
still got
what?
can use DOM there. So there we want to say, oh, yeah.
And show dialog.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So we go back to app.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
That was gross.
Yeah, that's because of our show dialog and can use DOM. So I think we want or. Okay, and then we refresh. Ah, no, dang it. So that one, what did that? Oh, because on hydration we can use DOM. Dang it. So we do want and.
Yeah. Anyway, we got all the pieces we need now. That location state tells us that we came from a hydrated thing.
Yeah.
So what's broken now when you click back?
So now it's saying, yeah, this is the server render that's broken now. And the reason that it's broken is because when it hydrates, this can use DOM is true. But hold on. The show dialog should not be. Oh, it's because I got here by clicking on login. So that set
Yeah, so when you
state.
refresh the browser, that location state is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were just trying to do it without JavaScript, right? I don't want. So like this
no,
is fine. That's what they saw.
Yeah, well, so yeah, it will work right now without JavaScript, but I want it to be on refresh, like the Instagram thing that everybody's asking about.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to go look at the React Router demo for that. It's a little bit involved. You basically put the parent location on state, and then kind of anyway. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's such a weird. It's going
not a
against
good
what
user
the whole
experience
point
either.
of routing is, right? Routing is here's a URL, show this screen, and it's like, well, no, I want to show a different screen depending on how I got here.
Yeah.
And so you have to use some location state to like say, well, what's the screen I want behind this thing, and you got to do that stuff in the parent. And then you add in server rendering and no JavaScript on top of it, and it's I mean I've never spent any time thinking about it, and it goes against the grain of all of the things. I'm sure it's possible, but I can't just come up with it.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I am going to check this off on the on linear to say I'm done with this one, and I'm not going to actually add this example. Because you're right. I don't think that route-based modal is the way to go. It's cool. It's like I like the idea of it, like being able to say, hey, I can go, to close this or open it, I just hit the back button and stuff. That's cool and interesting.
Five minutes left.
Well, and you have it working. You just wanted the no JavaScript case, like, which is that important for this?
Well,
UI?
I have it working. But I wanted the animation. Yeah, and I guess I have that working as well. Yeah, why did I do all this?
You're just not going to get a server render of the login
Yeah, that was
page.
the whole only
It's going to
thing.
come in the portal after. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, we like to show off that you can turn off JavaScript for some pages, but if you're trying to build a slick UI that has an animated portal and you want it to be accessible, you need JavaScript to build an accessible modal.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like if you actually want an accessible modal, you're going to have JavaScript. So to me, that's already a requirement of this page.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't stress the Node.js or the server side render of this screen because
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, just some thoughts.
Yeah, I think maybe I will commit this, and I'll just add in the README. You have to have JavaScript for accessibility and for modal. So like this will not work without JavaScript. And the animation requires animating on mount.
Yeah, so for that's for accessibility reasons. Anyway, I still want to make the Instagram case work. I just haven't ever thought through how
Yeah.
to do it with all the constraints of no JavaScript, refresh, back button. Like there's a lot of things in there.
Yeah, totally.
All right,
Thanks
I
for
gotta go
jumping
pick up
on
my
the
kid from his
stream.
friend's house.
Sorry, what?
I gotta go pick up my kid from his friend's house.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for coming, man. We'll see ya.
Yeah, good luck. See ya.
Bye. So that was fun. Good stuff. Hey, and actually, since I got this set up, now we can do. Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. I gotta be done. Actually, I was going to say that we can now do Spotify music in the background, and I've got my lo-fi beats. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna want to change the levels on this. Boy, oh, there we go. How's that for nice background? Tell me if you want it louder. I'm at 22% right now. Okay, so it's 5:30. I've got to wrap up. So I'll finish this tomorrow, but I am planning on working on live streams a lot more in the future. So let me just take a look at comments from people, and then we'll just say goodbye. Can a loader work for that? Yes, so the problem with because I thought about a loader example, the problem with that is you get the exact same data whether you're client or server, and that's part of the value proposition of Remix is you don't think about whether you're on the client or server as much, because you get, or whether it's a client transition or a server transition, it's all the same. So yeah, you wouldn't get any hints. Let's see. What if you just remove the use effect as it's not necessary when pressing route? So yeah, if we got rid of the use effect, then we wouldn't get the animation. So we have to have that use effect. On the server render, that's fine because we're not going to animate it. But on the client, we need it. And so remember, like in both cases, we are going to hydrate. And so if we said, oh well, if I'm on the server, then don't use the use effect. If I'm on the client, then sure, go for it. Then like we're going to be on the client in both cases eventually, and that was the big problem that we found. Yeah, and this doesn't work because on a refresh, your location state sticks around. So we could use on before unload and unset that value, and that would work actually. Yeah, that would work. Hold on a second. Use on before unload. Where is it? It's in Remix. And I hate this so much. Okay, use before unload. There we go. It's not on before unload. It's just, so then location state modal false. Can I do that? Can you mutate location state like that? I don't know. Let's find out. So we go login, animates. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. that's weird. Okay, anyway, let's go here, and now we refresh. No, yeah, that doesn't work. All right, anyway, we're not going to do that. Could maybe use an attribute on the element to track where it was rendered. Yeah, so yeah, if we did like, let's see. Yeah, I don't, like, if we look, here, let's take a look at this. This is going to have our H2 login. Oh, right, it's got an attribute and stuff. So this is going to be rendered directly in the body, or like, yeah, toward the top. But then here, yeah, it will be rendered inside a reach portal. And so then if I put this in a ref, well, yeah, it's too late now. Hold on. Yeah, so I need to, so okay, we've rendered on the server, and we are able to determine, oh, I'm on the server, so I will render not in a modal. I'll just render the UI right here where I am, in place. And then we come around to the client, and here's this, yep, here we go. This is it. This is not sanctioned, but we can do, yeah, use dialog. Well, render in dialog. Why did that? Set render in dialog. Document query selector. So no, that, like, the idea is right there. Hold on. Sorry. What is it? So if we rendered on the server, then our H2 will be there already. If we haven't, it won't. It won't be there. So we can say get element by ID, modal title, just as an example. Probably do something else. And if that's not equal, or if that just is falsy, so we will render in a dialog if the modal title isn't already in the document. Yeah, this will work. Document is not defined. Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Can use DOM. Yeah. So if we can't use the DOM, or there's no modal title in the document, then we will render the dialog. Oh, wait, if we can use the DOM and, yep, that's what we need. So if we can use the DOM and there's not a modal title in the document already, then we can render with the dialog. Yep. Here we go. Boom. I'm going to message this to Ryan really quick. Now, that's interesting. Now that I'm navigating around, these are client-side navigations. Here, let's clear up my history. Okay, so I rendered there. If I go back to app and then click login, boom. But if I go back and back, then it's going to render like this. I'm not sure why, actually. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why. JavaScript is enabled, right? Oh, I know. That is a full page refresh right there. That transition. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I know why. Okay, yeah, I know why. So let's add a link to go back. Yeah, because our transition wasn't a client-side one. Okay, so let's start over. Brand new user shows up. They're like, oh, you know what? I want to go back. And they're like, you know what? I actually want to go to login. So now we go back. Ooh, that is unexpected. I did not expect that. Huh. Whoa. Let's log some stuff. Go render in dialog, show dialog. Oh, that's what it is. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Where are you? Yeah, we don't need you. I really gotta go. Ah, gotta go. Pretty sure this will work now. Okay, clearing up our history. So we land on it. We're like, you know what? I want to go back. Oh, actually, no. I want to see this. And then we go back and it fades in. Boom. There it is. Figured it out. Sweet. And then JavaScript, disable JavaScript. So we land here. We go back. And it all totally works without JavaScript. What? Yeah, I'm not gonna put this in our official examples. At least not right away. But yeah, this totally works. So here it is. I'm gonna send that to Ryan. Solved. Yep. Again, this is what we call friends. This is what we call a side effect. Dangerous. Don't do it unless you know what you're doing. This one is actually fine. But it works. Yeah, Ryan's LOLing. So yeah, good times. I gotta run. Here, let's see. Yeah, Andrew, you were close. Okay. It goes against the grain of all the things. All right, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out. We had a surprise visit from Ryan, which is always fun. Yeah, look forward to more of these in the future. And I am going to go. Goodbye. Where's my... There it is. Goodbye.